Discord. This is the tool we use to generate images. So MidJourney is what we call it. So Discord is a tool, is kind of a workspace for it. So here, this is a public server where everybody can join and give prompts to generate their images. I actually had created my own server on it because didn't want my prompts to be open because everything here is open. Like people can see what others are generating. They can actually copy this prompt and they can use it, or they can actually download these images also and use it. So if you see, these are the kind of the prompts that they give, the imagination, however they want. This is my space where I told you my personal server. These are the artworks, Paul, that you had seen. Yeah, it's like so many iterations I was going through to generate them. This is where you can see, I mean, you don't see the prompts, but you can see the work, the artwork actually.
Can you show us your stuff and then maybe walk through how someone would create one if they've never used this before?
Okay, sure. So I'll just go to the public server. So this is the prompt you gave, imagine. And now it allows you to type in whatever you want. So I'm just giving, so you can just say any kind of a artist, from the history, his style. So the images that I have produced for my NFT, Raja Ravi Verma, he's from south of India. He's an artist. His work is known from his oil paintings that he generated. I'm just saying Indian woman, Raja Ravi Verma style. This is a very simple prompt that I'm doing. So this is my prompt. These are others actually. The reason why I had created my own personal space is like, I didn't want the confusion with others, first thing. And the second thing, of course, is like the prompts getting copied or the images also getting downloaded by others.
Created your own space. Did you have to, is that extra, did you pay for that or is that just an option?
Yes. It's a paid space. It's paid space. I created my own server within this, but right now I'm using the public space.
Yes.
You can see that it had given you 4 different options. I didn't mention anything there.
Is it taking that from initial? How's it creating it? Is there original version of this? Did you upload the starter picture? Or is
no,
does it somehow know this person?
I just had given a prompt and it just took. Okay, Indian woman is one of the clue. The other one is Raja Ravi Verma style. He is an oil painter. So he is from a rich family from south of India. His works are mostly, about the women in the families, like how they used to dress up, their jewelry and all that. So you can see that it had given me the 4 options exactly matching his style.
So you had a famous person plus an artist style. Yeah, if you did this a non-famous person artist style, it would just make up.
It might not. We might not get it.
Okay.
So if you see, because it knows his work, so it had given it. Here you will get options below the 4 that it had given. It is like upgrade the first one. So if you had liked something, you upgrade. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4 of your images. These are like upgrading them so that you can download the image. If you didn't like this, you can always have an option to regenerate. Ask it to regenerate. Maybe you didn't like it. Maybe you liked this, but you want to see variations of it. So you go here and press on V1. This is for the picture 1. It gives you 4 different variations of that same image. This is how you can work on MidJourney. You can give people give lot of commands, like they explain what they want, maybe 2 characters or 3 characters, or they want it in a cartoon style, or they want it in an illustration style. Style may not be an artist style. So I shared with you my YouTube channel earlier, Paul. So I generated my images for the YouTube videos from here. So if you see this, these are for the video I made on Venice, a city in Italy. So this is what it had given me. Carnival celebrations. Venice city is famous for the masks and during the carnival celebrations. So you see that. So look how original they are.
Yeah. Can you pick one and just show how long the prompt is or what the prompt was?
Oh yeah. These are very simple prompts, but then yeah.
I'm trying to show people a simple prompt, you can get this amazing picture out of it. This isn't you're not using an advanced level of MidJourney, right?
No. This is very simple. But yeah, when I write my stories, I think I use it. So this is where I am. Venice City Carnival celebrations, and I want the size of it, aspect ratio of the image. If you can see that, it is vertically aligned, not the horizontal. So it's AR916 is what I had used for this kind of an image. And you see that this is the version, it automatically takes the version from your settings. So this is the latest version, V5. If you want the image to be generated in the earlier versions, you can also give in the prompt saying V4 or V3 or V2, whatever you like. And this is it. I didn't complicate the prompt much. You can see that, very recently, a week back, I visited Venice and I was like literally shocked. Everything is just like this. It's like almost I had seen it before, kind of.
Yeah.
All these images it generated exactly match what you see in the city.
And remind me how to access it. You have to access it through Discord?
We sign up on Discord. MidJourney is a place where, it's an API from Discord, which brings all the images here. I had created some stories on YouTube, Cinderella story. Everybody knows it. So for that, I had kind of generated images. Everybody knows the famous glass shoe that she had left during the ball. You can see my prompt there. Wallpaper of a glass slipper of Cinderella on the steps of the palace, night for anime lovers. So this is one kind of a style, anime style. Yeah, this is all for, people love dirt biking images. So I kind of generated some of the phone screensavers or, the wallpapers for the phone. You can see them here. People are actually selling this stuff on Etsy. I kind of created a store in Etsy also. These can be bought from there. Boys are crazy about these kind of wallpapers on their phone.
How much variation? So if I come in and put the exact same prompt in that you did, will the picture be close or exactly the same? Or
no, that's the beauty of it. Even if somebody copies my prompt and they try, they get a very different version of it. Yeah. It will not be the same. And everybody knows Moana, right? Mm-hmm. The Disney princess. So this video in YouTube is her story. I actually used ChatGPT to generate a story for me as a rhyme format, not like a story. And I use MidJourney to generate images for it. So that's how my YouTube videos are created. If you see, it's a simple prompt here. 1-year-old Disney princess Moana at the beach amidst blue sea waves. So that was my prompt, and this is how it gave me. You can see it almost resembles the Disney world. And these are some of the desktop wallpapers that I created for my Etsy store. I'll just open one of them. You can see the clarity of it, the moon, the reflections and all. It's like awesome.
And then can you get this as a vector file or what kind of?
This will just get downloaded as a image file, JPEG or.
But you can get a high-res image? It'll be a
Yes. This is a different artist, Zuyo Ezo. People know the cartoon from the childhood, Heidi. That's a very famous story of Switzerland. This is a person who had actually created animation in the Cartoon Network for this story. So I wanted to retell the story in my style on the YouTube, but I used her style of illustrations for image generation. You can see the match of it. You easily identify that, okay, these are the characters from the story because people are used to seeing the story in Cartoon Network. This is some of my work, but I'll just come directly to what I have done for So this is my NFT on OpenSea. Earlier I had shown you, right, Raja Ravivarma style. This is all the showcase of the 41 pieces that I have made through MidJourney using his style. Indian royal brides, princes, and the court dancers, different characters that I have created. This is on OpenSea.
I guess since you've made it an NFT, this is kind of memorialized your creation. Is that
Yes,
the
yes.
correct way to think about it? Yeah. And then so what's unique then? Is it the unique URL to this blockchain post that shows that these are the pixels you created at this date?
Actually, they are all stamped. The moment I upload them onto OpenSea and mint them, signed up with my wallet, they are all, time stamped. But then the problem here is like you need verification. If somebody wants to buy the stuff, verification is what they see. So currently, my account is new, not yet verified on Twitter also. Some people just ask me to grant permissions to access my Discord server so that they can verify and check this is my work. But then I cannot allow that because obviously the rest of the images will also get compromised, and I cannot just give that to anybody. Currently, I'm not giving access to people who approached me that way. I'm just waiting for some kind of verification. At least your wallet can be verified on Twitter if you complete 30 days on Twitter. So I'm just waiting for that because OpenSea verification takes a lot of it. Your collection should be at least 75 Ethereum coins, and it's huge.
But still pretty amazing though. You've got this tool with some simple prompts, create unbelievably original, beautiful pictures, and then be able to put them on OpenSea and other places to actually sell them.
Yes, the prompts are simple though, but then you have to do a lot of redo of the things, and then proper selection of the image that you want to upgrade, different variations of it. So that's where all your effort goes, though your prompt is simple. Here, there's one problem with MidJourney. It always messes up with the image hands or legs. Sometimes you get 6 fingers. Sometimes you might get more than them. They are like disoriented and all that. So yeah, this is all original work. Usually people, what they do, they generate the image, they go to Adobe or some place, and then they actually correct those fingers or whatever is the distorted piece of the artwork. But I kind of tried it within MidJourney, maybe different variations of it or giving the prompt right or whatever. I didn't manipulate any of these images outside. They were not even color corrected or brightness corrected or nothing. It was just a raw work downloaded from there and uploaded.
Give you the ability to edit the lighting if you want to make it lighter, or the brightness.
Not inside MidJourney, but yeah, people do it. They bring it out. They work on Adobe and they change it.
Yep.
So I haven't used it. I just wanted the same appearance.
So this is fabulous. So other than the hands, has anything else been frustrating or problematic?
No, only that. Rest of it was good. Sometimes it's, when you're conversing with MidJourney, it's more like maybe you will really get better with the conversation, way of communication and all, because sometimes you think of something, but it gives you a different result and you really get frustrated in the process. So you have to be better enough to make it understand what actually you want. So in that way, maybe your communication gets better. You will be more expressive than previous. This one I wanted to show you. I could not actually put it on this thing because of the copyright issues. But if you see, this is like, I took almost 1 full day to get this MidJourney. Messy. So I just wanted to create a theme of football and NFTs, but then there is a problem with the copyright issue, so I did not use these images. But then yes.
Go back to, so you said it took you a day. What took most of the time? Was it modifying the variations or?
This one? Yes. modifying the variations and getting the prompt right.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted it to be, embossed on a coin type. So I was trying for that. So finally, I mean, initially my prompts were wrong. It also ended up with a very simple prompt at the end of it. But then, yes, it took some time. You
And
can say that.
and what have you learned about the IP issue? So how do you know there was an IP issue in Messi's and not the Disney ones? Or is it you were just suspecting?
No, not suspecting. I was checking NFTs. What is possible and can I use? People are actually using Trump and, prominent faces there. I'm not sure, like, if they are actually selling them as NFTs. I think they are just using them as names. It looks like you need permission to do this. So I just didn't really want to go through all that headache. I want to explore the world of NFTs, so I just, jumped into something else. But yeah, prominent faces, maybe if they fetch you good amount of money, probably there will be copyright issues. And if they just, maybe I can just put that on my Twitter and say, okay, I generated this, and people really don't bother because I'm not making a business out of it.
Yeah, what's your favorite?
There is a story that I have posted on YouTube. I had struggled a bit there because I was actually trying to get two images there, kind of two characters. So MidJourney was like really troubling me to, get both the characters onto the same screen. Yeah, that is where I struggled a lot.
And have you published your YouTube videos?
Yes.
Can you share some of those links? Or I don't know if you can show. Can you show?
I had actually shared it with you already. I'll directly show you here. So these are all the videos that I had generated. This is the best given by MidJourney again, the Northern Lights. And this is where I struggled, but then the output was really good.
It's just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you tested other tools, Dolly and some of the other ones?
No. I initially used DALL-E, but then the problem was like it was not okay. There are positives there also, but it was not as clear as MidJourney. The faces, the expressions, and all. You had seen my post on LinkedIn already, right?
Yeah.
DALL-E. But people, whoever get the, I told you, right, the distorted hands or legs here, they go and correct them in DALL-E. So people are using it that way. So yeah, this is the story where, I struggled a lot because MidJourney was actually bleeding the faces. Like sometimes the girl's face would come like a dog. That is where I struggled with the images, but then it came out really beautiful. The entire story, the illustrations, part of it.
Just fabulous. Padjama, well, thank you so much. And on ChatGPT, you mentioned you used it for some of the storyline. Are there other aspects or other tools you're using as you create the stories, and mostly just MidJourney?
Stories I use ChatGPT sometimes for my MidJourney prompts also. Sometimes, because when I struggle to give a story prompt, I just go there and say that, okay, there is a girl and a boy in my story, and this is how I want it. So sometimes ChatGPT actually gives me prompts, and it gives good ones, actually, a kind of like a story. But then, you try to just copy, paste that in MidJourney, and you will get a very good result.
Have you tried story prompts in Bard or Bing AI by chance, or do you usually just go to ChatGPT?
Currently, I'm using only ChatGPT. I haven't touched other tools.
Now, before you started this project, are you an artist? Have you done art stuff before, or where's the creative aspect come from?
Actually, I did some kind of, not videos, educational books for kids. So it's like I kind of worked for these guys, in India. They are an NGO, Teach for Change. So those guys are actually doing a great work teaching government school kids English. So I kind of partnered with them to generate some books for them, for the kids. So storytelling started from there. And I kind of used services from Fiverr. I think you know the platform, right? For the freelancers. So I went there. I used to get my. Sometimes I had written stories, and sometimes I used to get stories from there. Illustrators. I used to hire people from there. But now I guess I used to spend around $150 to $200 for each story
Hmm.
for all this stuff.
Wow.
Voiceover artists,
Yeah.
illustrators, and then the story writers. But now, if you see, I get ChatGPT gives me stories.
Yeah.
Voiceover, I'm using Speechelo. I kind of bought lifetime stuff for some $30 or something.
Have you
It's
been happy with that tool, the voiceover? Yeah.
Yes, all my videos are on YouTube are from there, the voiceover, and after that, yeah, MidJourney gives me the images.